Hey guys, it's Joe from Joe's Talking, and today I want to talk to you guys about two of the most popular cameras out on the market right now, especially for creators. That is the DJI Pocket 3 and the DJI Action 5. Now, both of these cameras can do all kinds of things, but there's probably some of you out there who are looking at both of these cameras trying to figure out which one's the right one for you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over different categories where I compare both of these cameras, and then you guys can decide which one is the best one for you. Hey guys, here I am at Hollywood Boulevard. I thought this would be a great place to test these cameras. Right now I'm talking to you on the DJI Pocket 3, and then over here I am talking to you on the Action 5 Pro. A couple things I wanted to say before I start the test. I will be using the DJI Mic 2 for all of these tests. I just don't see the point in using the regular audio source without the DJI Mic 2 when the DJI Mic 2 hooks up to both of these cameras. The other thing I want to say is I am going to shoot all of this in regular mode. Everything you see will be on automatic settings. I will not be doing D-Log M or anything like that. That way it is a fair comparison between both cameras. And also I will be shooting 4K 24 frames per second for the most part on everything. All right, let's test it out. So one thing I do want to talk about is the stabilization. Both of these cameras stabilize very, very differently. The Pocket 3 has an actual gimbal on it and it stabilizes that way, whereas the Action 5 Pro is electronically stabilized. So as I'm walking through here, the Action 5 Pro is on rock steady stabilization, and the Osmo Pocket 3 is just using its regular gimbal to stabilize the footage. Hopefully you guys can get a sense of exactly how good the stabilization is on both these cameras. There's Frank Sinatra's signature and footprints. There's Sandra Bullock's footprints. There's Vin Diesel's footprints. And there's The Rock's footprints. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna walk around here on Hollywood Boulevard. Again, I'm in rock steady mode, and you guys can get an idea of exactly how good the stabilization is on these two cameras as I walk around here. Again, keep in mind I am in auto, just walking around, and you guys can get a good sense of how good the camera works on both of these. Well, there's the Hulk. Let's look at Kobe. As I'm walking, I am just doing a regular walk. I'm not doing any sort of ninja walk. You guys can probably see some shaking when I step down as I'm walking, but hopefully it's minimal. Oh my God, look at this snake here. That's crazy. Ugh. So one thing you do have to keep in mind when you are thinking about both of these cameras is the fact that they are different focal lengths. The DJI Pocket 3 has a 20mm fixed focal length, and the Action 5 has 3 different focal lengths, but they are all very, very wide. The least wide being around 14mm. I don't really like using the extremely wide modes because it kind of distorts the picture a lot. So this is the, again, 14mm on the Action 5 Pro and 20mm on the DJI Pocket 3. Another thing you have to keep in mind when you are thinking about either of these cameras is the durability factor. The Pocket 3 is on a gimbal, it is super delicate, and the Action 5 Pro is an action camera, so you don't really have to worry about it getting wet, getting hit, or anything like that. The Pocket 3, it's on that delicate gimbal. If you drop that thing, you're kind of screwed. So keep that in mind if you have children or if you're running around in the elements where there's nasty weather, if it's wet, if you want to submerge the camera, obviously you don't want to submerge the Pocket 3. The one thing I actually do want to talk to you guys about is subject tracking. Now, both of these cameras do a really great job of subject tracking, but one does it quite a bit better than the other. The DJI Pocket 3 is on a gimbal, and the DJI Action 5 is just reframing within its frame. So as I walk around here, you'll see that the Action 5 is reframing me, and the Pocket 3 is actually just moving its gimbal. Now, one of the great things about Active Track is, let's say you're a solo film creator like me, you're walking around, you can get some B-roll of yourself, makes it look like you have an extra camera guy. I so much prefer the Pocket 3 because the Action 5 is, again, 2.7K, and the Pocket 3 is 4K. The Pocket 3 can track me all the way over here to the side. The Action 5, I think, has now lost me, but let's see if the Action 5 will pick me back up when I walk across here. It did. It picked me back up, and now I'm over here, and you guys can all see me. I'm going to walk out of frame here, and let's see if the Action 5 will pick me back up. It did. So that's pretty impressive. I walked out of frame, and it's still able to catch me. Pretty good, Action 5. Pretty good. Another thing I do want to mention is depth of field. So if you look at the Pocket 3, it has a fixed focal length of 20 millimeters and it has a 2.0 aperture. So you do get a little separation of, from the background. So the subject is in the forefront. Whereas with the Action 5 Pro, if you look at this, look at me, right? If you look at the Action 5 Pro, you don't really see a separation. The background is as in focus as I am. So the Pocket 3 is a little bit more, I guess, cinematic. It makes it feel a little bit more pro, even though the Action 5 Pro is called the Action 5 Pro. That doesn't make any sense, does it? Let's talk about the ease of use of both of these cameras. Both of these cameras are very, very easy to use. But something I do want to point out is the fact that the Action 5 Pro is a little more point and shoot. What I mean by that is you always know that you are in frame with the Action 5 because the lens doesn't move. Whereas with the Pocket 3, if I'm moving the camera around, I'm not so sure that the Pocket 3 is staying with me. I always feel like there is less room for error with the Action 5. So I've been moving around a little bit, and I don't know if you notice, but now, if you notice, I am off to the side in the frame of the Pocket 3. So there's times where the Pocket 3 may have a mind of its own, and you just got to keep that in mind. You know, one thing I do like about using the active track mode is, let's say you want to interview people. It's following me all the way up to this guy right here. This is my friend Fu Manchu here in front of the Man's Chinese Theater. Mr. Fu Manchu, what do you have to say about my videos? Your videos are not good. You are stupid, man, and you should stop YouTube. What? You are silly, man. You need to be serious and stop making videos like a child. You are 53 years old and you should stop making these stupid videos. Okay, that hurt. Now, one thing that is a lot of fun to play with in these cameras is their slow motion capabilities. Now, both of them shoot exceptional slow motion. It's Jesus. Holy Jesus.
I'm the Lord Jesus. I made Lord Vader.
There's Lord Vader.
May the Force be with you.
Thank you very much. Now, the one thing I do want to talk about is battery life, because with the Pocket 3, you do get just a touch better video. But on the other hand, it's at the cost of knowing that you may run out of battery. I have the Pocket 3 combo with the extra battery, and that seems to hold me the whole day. But with the Action 5, the battery life is absolutely exceptional. I can shoot for at least a full day with one battery on the Action 5 Pro, whereas I feel like with the Pocket 3, I can usually get through a day with both the regular battery and the handle grip battery. I have a feeling that because it is on a gimbal, it takes a little bit more battery to stabilize the footage. Hey guys, I was out there on Hollywood Boulevard with Jesus and Darth Vader, and I realized there is no way I can do a low light test out here. There is just entirely too much light. So here I am in my office, and the only thing that is lighting me here is a ultra wide monitor. I'll pick up the camera and show you. That's it. Other than that, it is pitch black in here. Now, one place both of these cameras do excel in is low light. There are people that have complained in my videos and have said they don't think it's great in low light. The one place it does fall down though is when you are walking around. The low light mixed with the walking around gives you some jittery footage. I will say that. That is why I'm doing a comparison where the camera is locked down. There's very little light in here. And now I'm curious to see what you think of the low light capability of the DJI Pocket 3 and the low light capability of the Action 5 Pro. Action 5? Action 5. I'm still doing the Asian accent. The Action 5 Pro. Hey guys, so I do have some closing thoughts about these two cameras. First of all, they're both awesome. So I don't think you can go wrong with either one. But let me just point out some little things that may or may not sway your decision. Number 1, highlights. The highlights on the Pocket 3 tend to be a little more hot. They tend to be a little bit more blown out. Whereas with the Action 5 Pro, I feel like the footage, although a little bright, may be a little bit more even. Number 2, battery life. The battery life on the Action 5 Pro is exceptional. You can go an entire day and probably not even use one battery. And then on top of that, you can swap out the battery. So if you actually run out of battery, you can put a new one in. Whereas with the DJI Pocket 3, you're kind of stuck with that battery. I mean, you can buy the combo pack and get the extra battery, but that's not even a full charge. So you got to keep that in mind. The Action 5 Pro wins in the category of battery. The third category is durability. The Action 5 Pro is so much more durable than the Pocket 3. You can get it wet, you can submerge it underwater, you can bump it on things. You don't have to worry about the lens because that lens is replaceable. Whereas with the Pocket 3, if you scratch that lens or you drop that camera, you're kind of screwed. So that's 3 categories to 0. The Action 5 Pro is winning right now. Category number 4, cinematic footage. With the Pocket 3, there is a separation from the person and the background, so you do get a little bokeh. So because of that, the Pocket 3 tends to look a little more cinematic. Category number 5, tracking. With the Pocket 3 is on a gimbal, so it will track you wherever you go. And that means you're gonna get a full 4K image, and it'll follow you on that gimbal. With the Action 5 Pro, you are being reframed within the frame. So that means you're only gonna get a 2.7K image. And by the way, I wanna apologize because in one of my other videos, I did say that the Action 5 Pro does tracking only in 1080p, and I was misinformed. It is 2.7K when it does the tracking. Category number 6, low light. Now in this category, I feel like the Pocket 3 is the winner. I did find in my footage when I look back on it that there was some sort of pixelization in the Action 5 Pro footage that wasn't quite there in the Pocket 3. And finally, for category number 7, this could be the determining factor. Let's talk slow motion. I feel like both of these cameras do exceptional in slow motion. Using 4K 120 frames as the basis, I thought they both look incredible. I thought Spider-Man and I thought Batwoman looked great in both cases. So finally, which one is the winner? Guys, I don't know. The whole reason I did this video was not only to do a comparison for you guys, but also to do a comparison for myself. Because next week I'm going to New York and I want to bring one of these cameras with me, and I couldn't decide which one it's going to be. And you know what? After doing this video, I still don't know. I tried to give my perspective on cameras, but at the same time be somewhat entertaining. If that's too goofy for you, maybe this isn't the channel for you. But if it is, hit that like and subscribe button and come back for some more videos. And come back to see which camera I take with me to New York. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.